Hello, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. It's Sunday. Happy Sunday. I hope you're all doing well and you've had a wonderful week and you're looking forward to tomorrow, which is July 1st. I'm a little nervous because it's 6 months before Christmas and the summer seems to just be flying by. Um, so, I had been catching up on a few things. I did finish the journal, and I wanted to do a walkthrough of it. And I also have a couple of videos in my camera that I need to put up as well, but I wanted to put this one up first so that they kind of went in order, because my videos have been kind of off. Like, I do one thing, then the next, and yeah. So I want to start doing more of a succession. So anyway, what I decided to do with this journal is a photo junk journal. And I'll show you that in a moment. So first, let me tell you about the kit. In case you're new and you didn't see the last video, this kit is by Paperomia of Etsy. And I was reading Kaiti. I think that's how you pronounce her name. I probably pronounced it wrong, and I am so sorry, Kaiti, if I did. But she is from India, and we met, and she had asked me if I would do some design teamwork for her so that she could get her business, her and her sister, who designed these, off the ground, and I was really happy to help. So, and I'm even more pleased because the digitals are just gorgeous. They really are very, very beautiful. And I give her so much credit. She is 17 years old. And for a 17-year-old to be in business for herself is just amazing to me. And I am just blown away by her creativity. Her artistic expression is just, it's top notch. So congratulations, Kaiti, on your journey, and I am very, very, very happy to be a part of your journey. So this kit is called, oh my gosh, I just lost the name of the kit. It was in my head. Spring Collection. The pages that you see here, there's 106 pages to this kit. And the pages are this size, but I've sized them down for different things, but I wanted to show you the size that they come. So there's several different things you can do with this kit. Now I printed yellows because yellow roses mean friendship. I love yellow roses. And yeah, so anyway, I did mostly yellows, a lot of the some pinks, and some aquas, as you can see for the backgrounds. This is in the background kit. It's actually in the ephemera kit. There's several different backgrounds you can choose, and there's several different pieces of ephemera you can print, which I didn't do. And then, this is just another page. But there's something I'm planning on doing with these for another project. But anyway, so these have been sized down to 8 by 6. So 70%. And if you're new here, welcome. A very, very warm welcome. And I appreciate all of you. Your comments have been touching my heart like I've never been touched before. They're amazing. Thank you so much. And I will be getting to those very, very soon, like today. Like before I do anything else, that's what I'm going to do. Even though I have 3 things that are due by tomorrow, I'm going to get to my comments first. So the first thing I made for Kaiti, for Paperomia, and something that you might want to make if you're new, I showed these in my last video. These are journal toppers, and what I did was I cut them all apart. I cut all the flowers like in the pages. So for example, I fussy cut this, I fussy cut this, I fussy cut this, I fussy cut this, obviously in different colors. And then like for example, there's another page that has this frame. So I fussy cut this bird and all the flowers. I added some glossy accents. I put in a little nest here with some gold threads. And this is just a scanned copy of a French music sheet that I have. It's actually almost like a cardstock. It's beautiful. And so I printed that. I scanned it and I put this on this as a journal topper. Okay, so I have that one. And then I did this one as well. I just wanted to put like a little medal there. There was no reason for it not to hang anything, just because I just thought it would look good. You could absolutely hang something from there. I did do some gold rub and buff around the edges of both of these. And again, I did the butterfly. He's got the little thread antennae and the little nests, and I fussy cut all the flowers and then just laid them all up and added some glossy accents, you know, here and there to bring things out. Added some gold rub and buff here and here, which I don't know if you can see that in the camera because it's kind of bright. But so yeah, so I have this journal topper and this journal topper, which would look beautiful, you know, on top of a journal like this. And so those were the first two things I made, and you could go back probably the end of May, beginning of June. Those were the first two things I made because they were just, I just wanted to make something, and this is what I decided to make. Some little threads for the nest there. These two birds are from two different pages. When I put him on, after a while, I just thought he looks so lonely there. He needs a friend, so I cut him out. I put him behind him. And then I fussy cut flowers, the butterflies, and it was a lot of fun. So go back to, I don't know, probably the end of May if you wanted to make something like this. Okay? So those are those. Now we have the journal. What I decided to do with this journal is, it is the slip knot binding. I called it a loop binding in my last journal. There's several names that they have for it. On Pinterest, they call it a loop binding. What's her name? Martha called it a slip knot binding. And then there's another woman who calls it a braided binding. So there's several different names for this binding. I think for me, I would call it a slip knot binding, because even though you're doing loops, it is kind of slip knots, if you will. It makes more sense. So anyway, so I did cut off all the strings. If you weren't at the last video, this had, you know, I left enough string so that I could do beading or what have you. But for this journal, I thought just this would be enough. And I just put these two vintage, I took apart a table, like a long table scarf, and I made little rosettes out of them. And I put little buttons in the middle. And yeah, I have a whole bunch of these. I'm so excited. I wasn't going to do that. I wasn't going to cut it apart, but they're just so beautiful. And I didn't know what else to do with them. And to me, they look like little flowers. So these buttons are actually from Angela Kerr Designs. I just love her buttons. And then there's some flowers on this one, blue, yellow, and like a lavender. And then this one's yellow, blue, and like a lavender, just like, you know, and that's all tied on there. And you could cut this off if it's not something that, you know, you'd want on there. So let's begin. So I think that's all I had to go over, pretty sure. Okay, so the first page, oh, this is going to be a gift for somebody who comments on my channel, and I'll give you all that information when I finish the flip through. It won't take long. There's not that many pages. So, yeah, I would like to give this as a gift to somebody who would like to have a photo album junk journal. So I did put faux pictures in here just so that you would get the idea of what it was like, because I was going to put my own photos in there, which I have a whole bunch of, because I started taking apart my photo albums that I have, and then my father-in-law has a whole bunch of photo albums. Well, not a whole bunch, he has 4, but they go back to the 1800s, the late 1800s, all the way to 1980s. Yeah, about the 1980s. So that's what I was going to do with this one, and then I thought, no, I want to do a giveaway. So I have all these photos, and this is my mom, and so I've been, sorting them all out. So where I'm at right now is my oldest sister-in-law. I've been through, like, when my in-laws were dating, and then marriage, and then children, and this is the oldest. And that's my father-in-law's mother in Austria. And these are cabinet cards. And you could do the same thing with cabinet cards. If you don't collect photos, you could make something like this with cabinet cards. That's why I pulled those out, to show you that it's something else that you could do with this type of a journal if you didn't have your own photos, or you could use faux photos. Okay, so that takes care of that. And I think that's all I was needing to tell you. So let's do a flip through. So this is the cover page that I chose, and I chose a lot of whites and yellows. Yellow roses are one of my favorite. They are my favorite color rose, and it means friendship. And I knew that this was going to be something that I would be gifting to somebody on my channel. So that's why I chose the yellow. So you open it up, and in here I have a photo here, kind of to tell you the story that it is a photo album, okay, a photo junk journal. But you don't have to use it as a photo junk journal, because I don't have photos everywhere. So in here I have a couple of journaling cards, just very simple. I did not do any stitching because I am just so far behind. I haven't been feeling well, so I haven't had a lot of time to do a lot of journaling. I did want to show you something, though, that she does, and I know I've done this before in my videos. And I don't have, yes, I do. I know I've done this in my videos before, but I did do this to a lot of the pages. And if you're new to my channel, I just wanted to show you something. I'll use this one because I haven't done this one yet. So what I do is I take my ink and I'll get most of it off. So, well, first I'll ink the edges, and I haven't inked the edges on this one yet. So I'll ink the edges like so. Okay. Then what I do after I ink the edges, but if you're new to my channel, you wouldn't know this, so that's why I'm doing it again. I know I'm preaching to the choir probably. Then what I'll do is, a lot of the designers do a lot of layering, and a lot of the layering you can't see. But if you take a brush that doesn't have a lot of ink on it, let me just get a scrap paper. If you take a brush that doesn't have a lot of ink on it, so let me make sure it doesn't. No, it doesn't. And you take your photo, or your image, and you go over it like this. See, it didn't have much ink on it. It only had that much. And you go over it. I'll show you the difference. I'll show you what happens. It's like magic. And it looks so beautiful, especially in anything that's, got a lot of layering in the digital. And it makes it all pop. You all of a sudden see things that you didn't see before. Just go over the whole photo. And it really doesn't change the color of anything. You still have a lot of the pinks and things like that. This is Gathered Twigs, and this is like my new favorite brown ink. So you just go over, and like I said, now I've got like barely any ink, as you can see. But there's still you know, some in the brushes. And I'll show you the difference in this photo, in this picture, once I get it done, which will be in 1 second. Just go up here a little bit because there's some text back there that I want to bring forward. Can you see? There's so much text in here. There's so much, there's text down here, this text here. It's just, it makes this look more of a 3D, like, you know what I mean? When you go around that frame. I'm going to bring out that butterfly a little bit more. And there's some yellow roses in there too, in the background. There's a butterfly right there. And I'll bring this forward a little bit, and then you can see like the 3D effect better. And like I said, there's barely any ink at all. Now there's very little. But see, now you can really see that dragonfly. There's a butterfly here. There's all that script. It's just gorgeous when you do that. So I've done that to a lot of the photos, but I wanted to keep these two as an example to show you, you know, the different parts of, I won't do it again, but it just makes it look so much, I don't know, it just brings everything out. There's such a difference in these two now. And it gives it a little bit more of an aging look, you know. So, I mean, even this is just so much more pronounced. So, there's 2 journaling cards. My little button dishes in my, those are in a video in my camera. I have to post that. I have like 4 videos in my camera. And then I have this large journaling, this large tag. And on the back, there's a little photo. And these are all faux photos printed on photo paper, the glossy photo paper. And you could write about your, you know, your child or whatever on this card. You could write here dates and things like that. Or you could take this and write on the back of this, or you could slip paper in here. That's the one thing I loved about my father-in-law's albums, is that everything had date, the people in the photo, where they were, and that just is wonderful. And I can't wait to start, you know, my photo albums, and I'm going to make them similar to, well, I am going to make them like this because I love this style. I like the fact that it lays flat and, you know, people can look through it easily. So this is just, I call them metal, I mean, I call them, they're paper clips, but they're not. They're magnetic, okay? So you can use them for anything. You know, you can put, you know, something like this and, you know, a whole bunch of things and like attach it to your journal however you're going to attach it, okay? So that's that. And that you can write inside of that as well. And I'll just put this back on here. And this is just some antique lace here and a journaling card. And I did go over this with ink too, because I wanted to bring out all this script here and here and here. It just brought it right forward. It just looks so nice. So I'll just slip this back in here. And you can move this around anywhere. It wouldn't be something you would need to leave there. And then on this side, I've put a photo, and I did the photo corners so that the photo can come out. And you could put your own photo in there. Or you could put, or you could leave this one in there. So, and I'll just put this back on here. And this is really sturdy. These are sturdy magnets. They're little, but they're sturdy. As you can see, it's, you know, holding on very well. On this page, when I looked at this page, it kept reminding me of a door. So that's what I did. I fussy cut this. This is what the page looked like. And every time I looked at it, it looked like a door to me, because this, you know, obviously was on this part. So what I did was I took another page like this, and I just fussy cut it, and I laid it right on top and put a magnet. So this is kind of like a little secret door. And you can write on here, and this is a photo of some women way back, probably in the 40s, maybe the 20s. I don't know. I can typically tell by the hats, but I can't tell. But they're having a grand time picking flowers, and I thought that was really appropriate for this journal. And there's some antique lace right here and along this edge. And this just closes like this. And it could be secret writing spot, or it could be place for photos, or whatever you want. And then you flip the page, and you have a little waterfall with photos. And I did them so that you could write here about the photo. I'm just giving you kind of examples of what you could do to make a photo journal, photo junk journal. So you have writing space here, but you also have some place you could put another photo there very nicely, and it would look, you know, it would look wonderful, you know, to put another photo there. Or you could move it up so that you know, have your flowers there or what have you. Just an idea. And then you could write about the photos on here, or put more photos. Say this one, you know, or maybe this one would fit. It might. No, that wouldn't fit, but this one might. So you could do something like this, you know, and that would look really sweet. Or you could put it up here and write, you know, you could put something like that here and here, like the same person, and then write about that person. Okay, so just an idea. And then there's another photo here, and then I left that blank. And then here you can take this photo out. It's in photo corners. And I just put Monday the 20th June 1759, because it still is June. So it will remind you that this was made in June, if you so choose to want to enter and win this as, you know, your very own, because I know it will go to a loving home, because I have very loving subscribers who leave me awesome messages. So then you turn the page. Now for this, I got the idea of, well, what if you have a lot of photos, but you don't have a lot of time to put the photos in yet, but you have the, you know, you've printed the photos. I print a lot of my own photos. I have a lot of cabinet cards that I scan and print my own, but so I have a lot of photos, but I really just don't have time to put them in yet. I've got them developed, but I don't have time to put them in yet. So I made this little place where you could just put your photos in here, okay? And you can fit a lot. I mean, I'll just fit these in here for now, but I mean, you could fit a lot of photos in there until you had time. Say, I'm gonna make this be, you know, a photo album of my sister-in-law, Caroline. So these would all go in here, and this would be her album. And as I went along, I would take all of these photos that I have already taken out of the album of Caroline, and when I have time, I'll go and I'll put the photos wherever I need to put them. And this just is on a little brad here and slides underneath this picture to keep that, you know, from anything falling out. And I put a little brad here, and on here I just put a fussy cut flower from one of the scraps I had, so you can't see the back of the little legs. So I'm going to take those photos of mine out now so I don't forget. Because otherwise I'll lose them and you'll have them, and oh, what a disaster that would be. So, and the pockets are lined with, you know, different pages. You know, it's got a couple of different pages in there. So I gave you these photos to play with if you so choose. So there's that one. She's so cute with the bulldog. And that one. And this one I love. She's on her little, She's in her little car, this little dog there, and in the background there's the Eiffel Tower. So that's why there's a lot of a Paris theme to it. So I put 3 of them in there, or 4, and you can decide what you want to do with them. I love this picture. There's a sailboat in the background, and she's reading a book, and it's just so beautiful on the shore. And this is just something that's in French. It's just a label. And a faux, oh gosh, I always lose my words. A faux, what do you call those cards? They're not cards. Polaroid. So I just didn't cut off 1/2 an inch here when I cut it out. And then I just put Paris, I think it says 31 June 1894. Just, you know, for fun. And you can write on the back of that, or you could put a photo on the back of that. You could put a photo here. You could put several photos there. I'll give you an example. You could put a photo here, right? And then, you know, do more photos on the back of there, or write about that photo there. Okay, and you could use like photo corners, or you could just glue it down. And then you turn the page. On this page, you have plenty of writing space here, if I have it in camera. Or you could put several different photos here and more photos here, and then write about the photos on the backs of the, you know, the journaling cards. And then here's just another page. On this page, I had this piece and I just wanted to use it. I had fussy cut something around it. I wanted to use it, so I made a little pocket out of it. So it's all fussy cut. And I just placed it down where I thought it would go nice. And then this is a bookmark where I put a grommet in, and I put this sari on. And you can put it on your page like this, or like this, and it would just, you know, it would really look nice any way you chose to put it on your page, like this. And all I did was, these are 3 different bookmarks that she had in the kit. I put a grommet in the top, and then I just layered them. So there's this one, and this one. And you can use them in your journal, and they're all backed, so it really wouldn't matter. You could even put a brad in there so that they would swing, but I wanted it to be more stationary. And there we go. And then this page is a belly band, and I did age this photo, as you can see, and backed it for journaling. So cute. And then for this, this is just a button closure. And I did do 2 little grommets, and then I put the buttons on top of the grommets and sewed them on. And then I left this long. And then of course this one I cut short. I cut it short. And then I put these 2 tags over them. And then you just take it and you open it this way, or you can open it this way. I actually made this for a challenge, but I knew I was going to be putting it in this journal. That's why I made it like this. So that's how that goes. And then you just bring it down and around and around. And those buttons aren't going to go anywhere. They're on there for good. So yeah, there's that. And then on this page, there's just a little scrappy pad. You could take the staples out of these and use these pieces someplace in your journal. They're all different patterns and pieces. Or you could even use these as bookmarks, you know, if you wanted to. Take it apart. There's just a little Tim Holtz tiny attacher holding that together, so it would just be easy to take that off and use these pieces in your journal any way you want. And then these are some more journaling cards, another faux Polaroid, and another journaling card. Okay. I think that goes back there. And this goes here. And as you can see, I kind of mixed and matched some of the pages. You know, if it had yellow in it, I really loved this. I loved the script. I loved everything about this. So I definitely wanted that to be in there. And then you can just put this like this. Turn the page. For this one is a large journaling card or photo card or whatever you wanted to make it. And then on the back, it's got this little place here where you could put another photo. This is my mom. And on Easter Sunday, she just turned 90 in June, so, and she was 2 in the picture, so that's pretty old. She's missing a shoe, but I scanned her, and I use it in a lot of my journals. But you could put a photo in there. You could put several, you know, different photos and then write about them. So that's why I left that part on there. When I did, you know, when I put the backing on, I folded it over and then I glued it on. And like I said, I didn't do any stitching because I just really I didn't have time. And then you have this page where you could put a beautiful photo here if you would choose, or nothing at all. And then on this page, I'll show you this. I have it here. I used part of it for something, I don't remember what, maybe a journaling card or what have you. And I had this piece left over, and I don't want any more scraps, I have enough. So I made it so that it looked like a pot with, you know, some flowers coming out of it. Sort of like this one, but I fussy cut these out of a different page. And let me just put those over there. And then I just put this faux Polaroid card in it. Just looks like it needs a little bit more ink. I did ink a lot of the edges and the photos because it brings, like I said, it brings everything. It really brings everything to the forefront. But I didn't want that part to be white as it was. It was very stark white. So, yeah. That's that. And then this page, you could put photos on or do whatever you wanted to. And, oops, we have this page. I used this photo because I did age this photo. It is on photo paper, but I still aged it. You know, I went over it with my brush to bring out that and to bring out the curls more in her hair, and to make it a little bit more vintage, like that. Get that little butterfly there. And I thought it went real well with this album. So I put her in there, and she is back for journaling. And then we get to the last page, and we have another journaling card back here. And it just says, this is October. Le 29 October. And then I had this in my stash, so I put this photo in here of her in the wild with the wildflowers because I thought it went really well with the journal. And the pink to match that. Just a little pink piece of scrap that I had. And that's it. So I'll leave all the information in the description box below. If it's something that you would like to win, all you have to do is be a subscriber. I wrote it down because I'll forget. So all you have to do is be a subscriber to my channel, and you have to like the video, and also leave me a comment as to would you like to create a photo album, a photo junk journal album as well? Is that something that would, you know, did I inspire you in any way to make a photo junk journal? Because I've never made one, and it was a lot of fun. So yeah, just leave me a comment if it's something that you think that you'd like to make as a junk journal, using photos, your own personal photos or cabinet cards or even faux photos. It's just, to me, it's just a fun little journal. It lays nice and flat. You could put 50 pages. You could do 50 pages with this. It's still going to lay just as flat. It's going to flip just like this. Okay? So it's not, it doesn't matter how many pages you put in it. Okay? So that's it for today's video. I will announce the winner on Tuesday. So today is Sunday, so you have today and Monday to comment, and Tuesday, and I will do a video on Tuesday as to who the winner is. Probably around 7 or 8 Eastern Standard Time. My daughter's here visiting for the week, so I do want to pay some attention to her, but I also have a ton of stuff to do, so I'll have her in the craft room helping me fussy cut because I have a lot of fussy cutting to do. But I hope you liked that. I hope you enjoyed the flip through. And also, I'll do 2 more winners to win. This will be the first because I just saw these and thought, well, I guess I'll do this too. So there'll be 3 winners. There'll be a winner for each one of these, A and B, and then there'll be a winner for the journal. Okay? So that takes care of today's video. And I will leave these here so that you can see them and decide whether it's something that you would like to have. And if it's something, if you like these buttons, Angela Kerr does sell them in her shop. And I will leave all the information to Paperomia on Etsy and all the designers. Please, please go and visit their channels. You will be so happy that you did. They just give you so much inspiration. They have great ideas, and this kit is fabulous. You'll be able to use it in 1,000 projects. So until next time, be well, be kind, be safe, and God bless. Love you all. Bye-bye.